Hello everybody, this is your old pal, MrEvan Productions, and welcome to episode 159 of Ask MrEvan. So anyways, let's go ahead and answer some questions. Ed Drenny asks, what are your thoughts on Ghostbusters? I think Ghostbusters is a great movie. What are your thoughts on Mr. Beast? I don't really care about Mr. Beast that much, because we all know about what he has done. So I'm not going to be subscribing to Mr. Beast because of what he did. Who is your favorite Mario character? Well, my favorite Mario character is Mario himself. I also like other characters like Luigi, Wario, and Luigi. And Waluigi, because I have trouble pronouncing those names. But yeah, but my favorite characters are Mario and Luigi. Giancarlo, the Super Mario fan 2006 asks, 1. Opinion on John Ratzenberger. I think John Ratzenberger is a pretty good actor, because he's been in so many Pixar movies. All the way from Toy Story to onward. And then John Ratzenberger was absent in Soul, Luca, and I think Turning Red. Because I think he returned in Inside Out 2, I'm pretty sure. So let me look up when John Ratzenberger returned in a Pixar movie. Hold on. Let me just look it up real quick. When did John Ratzenberger return to a Pixar movie? He returned to a Pixar movie in Inside Out 2. Yup, Inside Out 2 is when John Ratzenberger returned. So that means he was absent in Soul, Luca, Turning Red, and Elemental. But then, starting with Inside Out 2, John Ratzenberger made a comeback in a Pixar film, which is pretty awesome. 2. Have you watched The Backyardigans before? Yes, I have, Jim Carlo, when I was younger. But I still watch The Backyardigans occasionally, like every now and then. But yeah, I watch it every now and then. But just not all the time. 3. Opinion on 2.5 Men. I think 2.5 Men is a pretty good show. 4. Can you respect my opinion on Ants since I like it and you don't? Of course I can, Jim Carlo. Of course. If you like Ants in your opinion, I can completely respect your opinion. And I can also handle your opinion too. Thank you for those questions, Jim. Thank you for those questions, Jim Carlo. I really appreciate them. So, yeah. Alexis The Red Boy 2002 asks, 1. Opinion on the Prince of Egypt 1998. I think it's a pretty good game show. I think it's a pretty good movie. Whatever that thing is. Whatever that is. 2. Opinion on April Fool's jokes. I do not like April Fool's jokes, in my opinion, because I do believe that April Fool's jokes are starting to get a little pointless nowadays. But if you like April Fool's jokes, then that's fine. Opinion handled. 3. Opinion on West Gildu Underground Ruins. I don't know what that is, to be honest. 4. Have you ever traveled to Orlando, Florida? I have not, unfortunately, because Orlando, Florida is very expensive. And I don't think I'm able to travel to Orlando, Florida because I think it's due to the cost of how expensive it is. 5. Opinion on NBA 2K14 2013 video game. I think it's a pretty good video game. I'll have to get it. I'll find a way to get it someday. If I have the money, so yeah. If I have the money. 6. Depending on the boy getting kissed by a girl. I don't know what to say about that question, to be honest. 7. Depending on Namego Museum Volume 3, PS1. I think it's pretty decent. 8. Depending on Strawberry Shortcake, Buried in the City, 2021. I'm not really a fan of Strawberry Shortcake because I'm just not into that show, because it's just not it's just not my cup of tea. But if you guys like Strawberry Shortcake, that's perfectly fine. I can handle your thoughts. I'm fine with your thoughts. 9. Depending on McJugger Nuggets. McJugger Nuggets is a pretty decent YouTuber. I have seen some of his videos, and I believe his content is pretty decent. But as for the 8th question, I'm not a fan of Strawberry Shortcake, Buried in the City. 10. Opinion on Keith Ferguson. I think Keith Ferguson is a pretty good voice actor that often voices Lightning McQueen in the Cars video games, where Owen Wilson is not involved. So I think Keith Ferguson does a great job temporarily replacing Owen Wilson when Owen Wilson is unable to voice Lightning McQueen. So then Keith Ferguson takes over to voice Lightning McQueen, and I think that's a good idea for him, because Owen Wilson may not voice Lightning McQueen in every Cars video game. So Keith Ferguson often takes on the role of voicing Lightning McQueen. And I think Keith Ferguson does a great job voicing Lightning McQueen in the Cars video games, in the Cars spin-offs too. 11. Opinion on Latin Spanish movies. I have no opinion on them since I don't speak Spanish. Instead, I speak English. I just speak English. 12. Opinion on Rainbow Dash is an X3 girl. Well, I don't really know what to say about that question, to be honest. 13. Opinion on Persecution 2, a racing game released by Namego in 1983. Pole Persecution, whatever you want to pronounce that. It's a classic video game. I remember playing it when I was younger. And I think Pole Situation is a pretty good video game from 1983. It's one of the racing games from the 80s. Because I have trouble pronouncing the Pole Situation. I have trouble pronouncing that, but it's okay. Hope you guys don't mind me stuttering, because it happens. Item Video Corner 2006 asks, 1. Have you ever tried the McRib before? I have not, no. 2. What's your opinion on Disney Junior? I don't really care about Disney Junior that much. Well, except for the only Disney Junior show that I care for is Bear in the Big Blue House. Because Bear in the Big Blue House is my childhood. And Bear in the Big Blue House, I watch that show occasionally. Like sometimes during the week. I mainly watch Bear in the Big Blue House, typically on the weekend. Or maybe on a Throwback Thursday or something. But it's just not considered all the time. 3. Do you hate Cocomelon? Yes. I absolutely do hate Cocomelon, because Cocomelon is for babies. And I really hate Cocomelon. Cocomelon should be unwatchable. 4. Do you like Singapore? I don't really know what that is, to be honest. The Gabe 2895 asks, do you hate Jar Jar Binks? I think so, yes. Wonder Red asks, 1. Do you like brownies? Yes, I do like brownies, Because I think brownies are pretty good snack. Because I do think that brownies are pretty good. 2. Opinion on Teen Titans. The original Teen Titans is my childhood. Well, Teen Titans Go, I don't really care about Teen Titans Go that much. Because I'm just not a fan of Teen Titans Go. But if you guys like Teen Titans Go, then that's perfectly fine. Because I'm fine with your thoughts. 3. Have you tried s'mores? I believe I have, when I was younger. 4. Opinion on Peter Rabbit the movie. Peter Rabbit the movie, I think it's pretty good. I think it's a pretty good movie. I've seen it before, but I just don't watch it too much. Raced Mustang 2013 asks, 1. Do you like my YouTube channels? Yes. Yes, I do like your YouTube channels, because your YouTube channels are very awesome. 2. Do you save your coins to get extra money at the bank? I don't, sadly, but I wish I could. But maybe someday in the future, I'll have to save my coins to get extra money at the bank. It depends. 3. Do you like Pokemon cards? Actually, yes. I do like Pokemon cards. South Park YouTuber asks, 1. Do you find April Fool's jokes to be old and overused nowadays? Yes. I do think that April Fool's jokes are starting to get very old, and they're starting to get overused. Like, you know, those April Fool's jokes of people saying, I'm leaving YouTube forever, and then it's just a prank. Like, I can't stand those videos. I can't believe I used to make those videos a couple years ago, back around 2023 or 2022. But thank goodness I no longer make these videos anymore. So pretty soon though, I'm going to be privatizing these videos. Yes, I'm going to be privatizing the videos of the April Fool's jokes. So those videos will be privatized, and they will no longer publicly appear on my channel. But instead, they will be private. They will be privatized. Maybe I can do that as soon as I get done recording this video. And last but not least, Marvin Marmite. And he asks, 1. Do you hate camcorder? For me, I do. Yes. I absolutely do hate camcorder because it's not as good as the SpongeBob SquarePants series, which I do think the SpongeBob SquarePants series is way better. It is way better than camcorder, and I also don't like the Patrick Star Show either, because I think the Patrick Star Show really sucks. So for me, I'm gonna take SpongeBob SquarePants over camcorder any day. And two, do I think the Casa Grandes is way better than the Loud House in my opinion? For me, I do. If you think the Casa Grandes is way better than the Loud House in your, let me try again. If you think the Casa Grandes is way better than the Loud House in your opinion, well, that's fine. If you like the Casa Grandes, that's perfectly fine. I can handle your thoughts, because I don't like the Casa Grandes in my opinion. But if you like the Casa Grandes, and if you think it's way better than the Loud House in your opinion, well, that's fine with me. I can handle your thoughts. Well, that'll be it for episode 159 of Ask MrEvan. If you guys have any more questions to ask me, then feel free to leave them in the comments below. And then I'll answer them again next Friday. And until then, this is me, signing off. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Peace.